Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Sorry for the technical issues. And it seems like because I was using work computer, I have problem for some functionality and take a while. So I was trying to bring my own personal computer and basically copy all the file into this one. So far, it's working right now. And I feel actually a little bit nervous after like half hour trying to figure out technical issues. But nevertheless, here we are. So let's get started. My name is Wang. I'm a regional business officer for Federal Economic Development Agency for Southern Ontario. Today, we're so thankful for Toronto Jobs inviting us to be here to provide an overview of what is my company and what we do to support entrepreneurs in Ontario. So first of all, Federal Economic Development Agency for Southern Ontario, in short, was created in 2009 to address unique challenges in Southern Ontario. Our mandate is to strengthen Southern Ontario's economy for capacity for innovation, growth, and development. We have 4 offices in Southern Ontario. Our headquarters is in Waterloo. 3 offices are in Ottawa, Peterborough, and Toronto. We're a small lean agency responsible for large amount of dollars. So we only have approximately about 230 staffs working for the whole Ontario region. So you can think about so many government organizations, maybe 5,000, 6,000 easily staffs. So we only have 230 people. And also we are one of 6 regional development agencies for the whole country. Each province has a development agency. For example, Western Diversification responsible for BC. In the Northern Ontario, there is a FedNor. We are responsible for Southern Ontario. We have 4 main roles to support the economy in Southern Ontario. The first, we are a convener. We bring all together stakeholders, including research institution, university, chamber of commerce, large non-for-profit organizations, and other levels of government together to explore opportunities for business in Southern Ontario. And of course, we are an investor, co-investor. So we invest monies into business in Southern Ontario for a project to stimulate economy. And we are a past funder. So if we don't have programs or services for you, because we're a convener, we will facilitate to find another available programs to you. We will refer you. And of course, we are a champion to promote Ontario's asset nationally and internationally. During the past 12 years after our inception, we made huge, lasting, impressive results. We invested more than $2 billion into Southern Ontario's into business in Southern Ontario. We developed about 19,500 relationships with different organizations, including university, other levels of government, non-for-profit, indigenous community, etc. And after we invested $2 billion, we leveraged additional $3.2 billion into Southern Ontario's economic development. We brought those stakeholders together to build better community and to create jobs and to attract talented people globally. I guess people join the session. A lot of people are interested in government funding programs. So at Fedex, we have many funding programs available. We summarize our core funding programs into 3 streams. First is called business scale-up and productivity. Second is called regional innovation ecosystem. And the last one is called community economic development and diversifications. The first stream is called business scale up and productivity. So this is aimed to for-profit business. The purpose is to help business grow, accelerate the growth of the firm, improve productivity, and help company to go globally. And this is basically for a company to adopt new technology or commercialize their research development into actual product. So the company can scale up and the company can be ready when they enter into the new market globally. The funding size is from $500,000 to $10 million per project, up to 35% of the eligible cost. And the funding is available in contribution agreement form, which means you don't need to pay interest, but however, within a agreed timeline, you will pay back. The funding is repayable without interest. The second stream is called Regional Innovation Ecosystem. This is the funding is aimed at non-for-profit organization, large non-for-profit organization. For example, like Chamber of Commerce, big university, research institution, business incubator, accelerator, etc. The purpose is basically fuel the money into those big organizations so they can provide conducive environment for startup company to experiment and to test their product and get into the market. And the funding is available in contribution agreement. It's non-repayable, so whatever they give to you, you don't need to pay back. There's no interest. It's just basically according to the terms and the condition, you take out the money by what we agreed timeline. There's no need to pay the money back. The funding size is from $500,000 to $10 million per project, up to about 50% of eligible cost. Once again, this is more for large non-for-profit organizations. It's non-repayable funding. The last one is stream 3, community economic development and diversification. So this is more for both for-profit business and non-for-profit, but this funding stream is aimed at business or organizations in the remote, rural, and small community areas. The funding size is from $250,000 to $5 million, and the per project up to 50% of eligible costs. And this is more for provide fundings in those remote and rural area for business to can gain the business attraction, also to retain people to stay in the smaller community. So this is more targeted to remote rural areas. And also, the second funding we mentioned about is more for organizations, sometimes are more underrepresented groups. For example, youth entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs, and also indigenous entrepreneurs. So we quickly talk about our Fedex funding streams. We have 3 of them, one for-profit, one for non-for-profit, and the last one is for both, but more focused on business and organizations in the remote, rural, smaller communities. All the funding is available in contribution agreement. Some of them you don't need to pay back. Some of them you pay back with 0 interest. After we talk about our core funding programs, I'm going to skip this slide because this is our response in part of our government response for COVID pandemic. And the first one, RRF, already closed out, and they have new funding programs available. For example, they have a job growth fund. They also have a tourism fund. They just became available about a month or 2 months ago. So if you're interested, please inquire us. The second one is more for airline, airport, so I think it's not applicable for today's audience. But in general, government of Canada has many responses to react for the COVID-19. So if you need to know not only Fedex programs, other, like for example, Service Canada, other programs, you can call this number or visit this page. For provincial, the same thing, you will have a number to call and then they have a website. After we spoke about our funding programs, in addition, we also provide a service to business. So this page gives a summary what FedDev services are. The number one is accelerated growth service. So this is basically we act as a facilitator, basically bring all stakeholders together. We select firms with high growth potential, large firms, and we want them to grow bigger, go globally. So we will connect with selective firms and to see what most kind of funding or maybe services they need from government, and we will facilitate all those applicable stakeholders together, provide a service for them. Once again, this is really for large, high growth firms. The second one is industrial technology benefit. This is basically, we will help business in the aerospace and also defense sector, or maybe in the supply chain of the sectors to participate in procurement opportunities. So we will brokerage the links and help them to win the bid in the procurement process. Next one, global scale strategy. So this one, FedDev work in collaboration with Citizenship and Immigration Canada and Employment and Social Benefit Development Canada. So 3 departments work together for these strategies. So what does this mean is we want to attract globally talent into Canada labor market. So at first, so company who need this global talent will submit application to Employment and Social Development Canada to say, in order to improve my company's productivity, we need to hire someone from certain country. So they will submit application to Employment Service Canada, and they will assess the labor market opinion, whether we need it or not. And in the meantime, they need FedDev to identify those companies. For example, company A want to do this. So we will to see whether company A is qualified or not. So we participating has role of this. After everything's settled, so the Employment Service Canada will issue a letter, then the candidate from other country will bring the letter, go through Canadian Immigration and Citizenship. So this is a collaboration effort for attract global talent into Canadian market. The last one, but not least, is small business services. That's the branch I work for. So what is small business services? So we basically provide information service, whether you're going to start your company or maybe you want to export, import, taxation, everything you need to do business in Ontario, we provide information services to you, including regulation, programs, and services. So why we exist? Because so many government, so many levels of government exist, so many programs, regulations exist. So you need to figure out where to go, which department, which level, provincial, federal, city. So we combined everything together. For you, it's a one-stop shop. So you only need to contact us. You will get most relevant, updated information from us. So we reduce complexity and it's one-stop shop. Also, all of our services are free for you. We have a collection of business guides available on our website. So for example, by topic, how to start, and how to do importing, exporting, how to hiring people. We also have so many how-to guide for particular business, like for example, how to start a restaurant, how to start a daycare, salon, etc. And also most of our Most of our guides are available in English and French because it's the federal government, but some popular guides, for example, how to start restaurant service, could be available in Chinese, Korean, depending on popularity. So we have additional language available. As I said, we also have a contact center. We have a dedicated team to answer your calls from Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 5 p.m. So if you don't want to go through internet and find the information yourself, or if you find some information, want to know more details, our contact center's information agent is here to answer your calls. And it's free of charge. We are in partnership with so many partners, non-for-profit, university, and a lot other levels of government. I want to tell you a couple of them we work so closely, and some of them we provide funding for them to provide a service to you in your community. The first one is Small Business Enterprise Center. There are about 51 small business enterprise centers across Ontario. They are partially funded by government of Ontario, so provincially funded. So they provide in their local community, they normally give 1 hour free consultation. So you can book appointment with them to ask them certain questions. They also do the lawyer, accountant in your area's referral service. They provide general information on registration, licensing, permit, and zoning requirement in your area. They provide mentoring and networking opportunity. And in addition, with our help or maybe financial help, they host networking opportunities for local entrepreneurs to share ideas and share opportunities. If you know where they are, you can connect them with directly. If they don't know, depending where you live, you can give us a call and we can make this connection for you. So another one is equally important to us. It's called Community Futures Development Corporation, CFDCS. So the first one we spoke about the SBAC. They're located in city, urban area. This is more located in the rural, smaller community area, and they're partially funded by us, Fedex. So we provide a certain amount of money so they can deliver the service in your area. They do more or less compared to the first one, SBAC. In addition, because they get some funding from us, so they also provide loan programs up to $150K for local business to do some project in your community. This is worth to mention about at Canada.ca government website, federal government website. If you key to find some funding programs available, whether from FedEx, from other any department, you can use this search function, business benefit founder. They will ask you a series of questions. For example, where's your business? What you want money to do hiring people, to overhead expense, to do research, how much money you need. And after you answer those questions, so they will do the search in the industrial database. Then all the relevant most update the funding programs will be displayed in the next page. So that doesn't mean they're all applicable to your business, but you can go through to understand what our funding programs are, and if they're interested in you, you can click read more. And moreover, if you want to know more, don't want to do this much research, you can give us a call, particularly say, hey, I found this program here. Can you tell me more? Which department is administering this funding? I'm interested in applying. So we can do that part for you. We are almost on every single social media platform. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, etc. These are our handles. So please pay attention to us, because you can get updating funding program information, so what's going on in Southern Ontario's economic development. So please follow us, like us. So. And you can get our service by calling us, ask a question regarding your business at 1-888-576-5600. 4444. And our website, fedevontario.gc.ca, have main funding listed there. In the meantime, you can email us to ask any questions. This is my presentation. Now I think I am open for questions if you have any.